What player under 21 would you choose right now if you're GMing a team?
I said this yesterday. I'm going with Luka Doncic. Now, I know his assist-to-turnover ratio isn't the best. It's 2-to-1, which is actually decent in the NBA. But it's this overall, he's been a pro since he's been 13 years old.
Yep.
And my thing is, when I think about a player, a star in this league, I want international appeal. If you want to look at this from a GM president perspective, right? Somebody can help me expand the global footprint of my brand for my franchise. I also want somebody that elevates everybody around him. There is not one person that I've seen that does not enjoy playing with Luka Doncic. The ball is literally, it's on a yo-yo. He makes everybody around him better. He's a triple-double machine. His defense may not be the best. Neither is Stephen Curry's. I can draft around that to a degree to surround him with the right pieces. In a game that is filled with wings and threes and pace and space, Luka Doncic is the future of the NBA. He's Dirk, but smaller, but also with a Steve Nash-type handle.
Luka turns 21 tomorrow, by the way. Happy birthday, Luka.
Luka's
Be safe out there.
Luka's like Magic or Bird or LeBron. He's a basketball genius.
Yes.
And it's just obvious as soon as he steps out on the court. He is, and he'd be a fine pick for number one. But I would actually go with Zion. Luka's about to turn 21, as you said. Zion's like a year and a half younger. And yet when you look, and the reason I use PER, please don't think I think it's a perfect stat, but it's better than just points. It takes into consideration points, rebounds, assists, efficiency, all that stuff, and gives you a pretty good idea. Luka has a PER, I think right now is around 28. Zion's is 25.
Small sample size.
Much smaller sample size. I'm just saying, he's a year and a half younger. Zion has a health risk, you're right, and that may be a winning argument for Luka. But this is what I'm saying, assuming health.
Yeah.
I know it's a big assumption. Luka, because of Zion's athletic ability, there's room for improvement. Like if he learns how to shoot, which some guys do as the career goes on, he's a willing passer, all that stuff, there's upside. He's a 25 PER as a 19-year-old with tremendous upside. Luka's probably going to get a little better, but he's already what he's going to be. Like, how much better can he get at all these things he does? He can shoot a little better, too, actually. So there is room, and he can play a little better defense. He can become an even greater player. I just see it not being that different now. Zion just got here. He's younger, and he has more room for growth.
I think Zion's durability, questionable durability, brings him out of that conversation. I think he's going to be a superstar. Please don't get me wrong. But I think he's going to be an oft-injured super. I do not wish that on him. I love me some Zion Williamson. But he's so powerful and he plays with such veracity. I worry about him. Luka Doncic, a star. Rick Carlisle raves about him, of course, as well he should. Changed the fortunes of their franchise once he said, I came to my senses and handed this kid the ball and said, you're our point guard. We all know Luka Doncic can play, and we know what he's been doing since he was a kid, okay? And I think what you see with him is what you get. Now, what you're seeing is greatness, but what you see is what you get. Ladies and gentlemen, Jayson Tatum is 21 years old. My God, is he coming. It is a new day that is arriving before our very eyes. Probably going to be player of the month. The 30-plus point performances we've seen from him. By the way, he shoots considerably better from three than Luka, and he's shooting better from the free throw line. The handle is there. The ups is there. And unlike Luka, the defense is also there. And he's around the same age in the ballpark.
I also don't see Tatum's athletic ability pitched at the highest level. His game is polished.
So what I'm trying to say to you is this. It's polished, but he is ascending before our very eyes. Jayson Tatum is now scratching the surface of what we are on the verge of witnessing. And when I look at him, his ball handling skills, his sidestep, his step back, his three, his ability to drive and finish at the basket. He can do it all, and he plays defense.
Who are we comparing to LeBron in the future, saying they could become the next LeBron?
Luka. Let me ask you this question. When did that start for Jayson Tatum? Has that been the whole year?
No.
Okay, so that's my thing. Before I can say I'm willing to take Jayson Tatum over Luka Doncic, I want to see this kind of high-level superstardom that you're talking about sustained for a longer period of time.
But I would dare say to you, I think you're being unfair to Jayson Tatum.
How am I being unfair?
Let me explain.
Please do.
Because we have to take into consideration what he is asked of. You got to remember, one of the reasons the Boston Celtics felt the need, they didn't mind Kyrie walking away. They didn't mind bringing on Kemba, and they've been raving about Kemba because what you had was a situation where the Jayson Tatum, even though I think the Gordon Hayward situation and how that was handled initially last season,
Tatum needs the ball.
Yeah, he does.
Tatum, Brown, they were compromised. Tatum's not being compromised right now. Now, when he gets back, he's going to have to adjust to playing with Kemba. But I'm talking about us seeing with our own eyes what he can do.
Let me make the
Not
case
somebody
for
else
Zion.
holding him back on his own
Let me
team.
make the case for Zion. I agree with you. There's an injury risk there. I love Tatum, and I was talking
I love
about
all
Tatum.
these players,
Tatum
by the
was going
way.
to be the
All these
primary
players.
option
They're in the combo,
on a
so
championship
that's
contender. I thought that heading into this year about Tatum, and Luka's amazing. When you talk about the three players that have come along who have put distance between themselves and the rest of the league in the last 30 years, there was Michael Jordan, and we're not close to Michael Jordan. There was Shaq in his prime, and then there's LeBron in his prime. There was them, and then the next guys, everyone else is in a pack down here. And what did they have in common? They were physically different from everyone else. Like Shaq, you may not say is the athlete of Zion, but at 7'1", 280, he was a special athlete. LeBron, a special athlete. Jordan, a special athlete. Luka's great. Magic was great. Bird was great. But I'm talking about the titans that just dominate the game, all have different athletic ability. Of all these three guys, there's one with different athletic ability. He's also the youngest by almost 2 years. That's Zion Williamson, and he's box office.
I think he's box office. The only thing, obviously, durability. And look, we're picking all these fine little needles and these
they're all
individuals.
great.
They're all incredible. I need the player I want to draft to be able to go get me one down the stretch. Go get me one. Go in an isolated situation. I don't know if Zion is all the way there. I think he can get there.
Yeah, but
you're
we
going to
don't
make
know for
that
sure.
bet. But that's the one thing I worry about him, right? He's going to be this player for most of his career, I think, that plays so well off of people that provide him spacing.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.